Hi, I wanted to share today about sending healing energy to people. Oftentimes we're asked to send healing prayers and healing energy towards someone that's going through stuff. And I just wanted to give some tips on how to execute that. It's been in my head for a couple days now to do this live about sending healing. Recently I learned of a guy that I know who got badly injured in an accident, and immediately I started sending him some healing, and then I asked my friends to send him healing too, because I have a whole bunch of healer friends that are psychics and intuitives, Reiki healers, energy healers. And as a collective, we were all sending him some healing. And I just thought it might be cool to share some of these ideas with you, like regular people, or maybe you're inclined to healing work also, I don't know. But back in the beginning of my healing journey, healer journey, I didn't even know energy work. All I knew was massage. And my mom got sick with that autoimmune disease that put her in a wheelchair and all that. So early on, I was in a meditation sending her healing. So all I did was close my eyes and intend to send her healing light. And that's really all it takes, is just intention and concentrated focus, or even mildly concentrated focus. You don't have to be a healer. You don't have to be a psychic. You just have to have a willing heart and an open mind, and caring, for that person, whether you know them or not. So with my mom, this was like in the summer of 2003, I decided to send her some healing, and all you're doing is using your imagination, and you're, you could say you're pretending, but you're not really pretending, but that's how you access that part of your brain that connects you to your intuition. So I'm connecting to my mom. I'm 100 miles away, and I decide to send her rainbow light. And I'm just picturing rainbow light going down the one side of her body, right side. I'm working on one half of her body. For some reason, that's what I chose to do. And as I'm picturing this rainbow light, it's filling her whole body and it's looking, good and strong. Then I switch to go to the left side. And as I go to pull this energy and this light through her left half of her body, the light wasn't sticking. And I didn't understand, like every time I would drag it, it would kind of disappear. So I came out of the meditation and later remembered that with her spinal disease, her left side was more compromised. So it kind of made sense that the color wasn't sticking there. And this is before I even knew anything about healing work, energy work, whatever. So so that's all it takes, is just that intention of wanting to connect and wanting to send this healing light. So whether you see that person, so here comes the tips, that was just a little story, but so you want to send this energy to someone who's going through some either emotional stuff or physical stuff. All you do, get quiet, picture that person in front of you. Whether you picture them in full size or picture them miniature, you could picture them as like a little, Barbie doll sized version, and just kind of visually scan them in your mind's eye. And whether you're pouring light over them, you can pour light over them. You can kind of almost think about it as ribbons, like you're wrapping them up in light. You can scan them like a Terminator scan, where you just go from like head to foot, like almost like those laser. Oh, my friend Isabel's watching from Germany. Hey, Isabel. So you just intend to send this energy through the person, and we're all intuitively able to tap in this way. So you'll find yourself getting stuck on a certain spot or drawn to a certain spot. And if this area catches your attention, then you can, send a stronger blast of healing energy, whether you see it as light or as like BB guns of hearts, like little BB bullets, just blasting that area with love and light. Like that's, you hear a lot of people say, oh, sending you love and light. Like it's really powerful to do that. So just picturing this area being flooded maybe you'll come across an area that feels sticky in some way, and you could intend to kind of clear it out, almost like you're combing and scooping and releasing this gunk that doesn't serve. And then with that gap, you want to pack it up with some light. Connecting back to that story I started with about the man that got hurt at work, I went and saw him in person on Saturday last week, or almost 2 weeks ago, whatever, 10 days. And as I was working on him, I'm physically working with him, you know, my hands are on his feet. And I was drawn to the site of his injury, which was in his lower back. And I saw a bright purple light kind of blast. And that to me seemed very positive. And it was cool, and it was received well. But then I later reported that to my friends who were also connecting in and sending him healing. And 3 different people also saw that purple light at that spot in his back. And 2 of them are friends of mine. One of them was a friend of the family's, and I heard about it later, that guy's friend was tuning into him that Saturday around that same time and saw this purple light. And my friend described it as electric purple, and she's right. It was definitely an electric purple blast of light. So we do these things with these good intentions, and we think we're doing something, we hope we're doing something, but you are doing something. So you have to get into that space and trust that it's real, and follow where you're guided, and just everything is wrapped in love and light and good intentions. You can call in Archangel Raphael. He's a healer, an angel healer. I mean, they're all healing angels, but him specifically is for physical healing and beyond. So call in angels for help and notice what you're feeling. Notice where you're being pulled. So sometimes when we're working on people, you might notice things in your own body. So if all of a sudden you're getting anxiety, or you're getting a stomach ache, or you're getting a headache, and it came on quick as you're connecting into somebody else, you know, it's probably them. And then also random thoughts might pop in your head. So if they're persistent in coming to you, that's also letting you know that this might be something more than just a random thought. So it's just interesting to open that door and allow for that opportunity. And the more you're in that space doing that, you'll recognize that it is real. So, yeah, when I first tuned into the man who got hurt, I saw what looked like tree branches that were kind of broken to the side. And that seemed like it was a nerve, and I just wanted to smooth it out. So in my head, I just, you know, say these are the branches. I just kind of like mushed them and made them smoother on the side. And then I later learned that they weren't sure yet if his nerves were dead, frayed, or alive. So I learned, you know, that it made sense what I was seeing, but I didn't even know at that point what I was seeing. I just was tuning in and seeing these frayed nerves, which then got to smooth out. So you just send your energy to the person you're wanting to send good healing thoughts to, because Reiki, I mean, this is through the lens of Reiki, but really Reiki is just love and prayer wrapped in intention. So just send out these big love vibes to the people that you care about, that you're worried about and want to send healing to. Like sending prayers is great too, but this is just like a supercharged prayer when you sit with that visual. It just really helps. It helps them, it clears them off, and you kind of picture them like dusting off, you know, just kind of dust off that area, push the light through them. You could even like sprinkle in some glitter, you know, whatever comes to mind. So this is just what I live and breathe, and I know to allow it and accept it and believe it and trust it, and that's just how I operate as a healer. But it's not something that's unique to me. You can do it too. It's just a matter of making that space to let the healing flow. So I think that's all I have. Oh, the other thing is, you can move them around too. So you could flip them over. So if you're picturing somebody in front of you, whether they're a miniature person or full-sized, however you're imagining it and seeing it, you could manipulate, say turn to your left, turn, flip over and do their backside or whatever it is. So energy knows no bounds. So you can have freedom to move how you want. So hope that you can apply these things. And if it makes sense to you, please try it. And if you have any questions, let me know, because I love talking about this stuff. Oh, and by the way, that guy went from having no movement and no sensation in his feet to wiggling his toes and walking with assistance in the last couple days. So this healing work is no joke. All right, thanks very much. I'll see you soon. And just in case, I actually didn't introduce myself, Karen Foote, Rebalance Reiki Massage in Westwood, New Jersey. I'm so glad you were watching, Isabel. I miss you. Too bad it's not two-way. See you. Bye.